Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the San Francisco Giants, and we are just cruising along here. We are 58 and 34 through the end of June. So 21 and 7 April. You guys were with me for the 16 and 12 May, 18 and 10 last month. Best pitching staff, of course, in the National League. One of the best defenses, and we're top 4 right now in offense. So things are just happening for us. If we look at our offense, Jet Williams having another great season. This is just a great signing for us. It looks like the contact may have dipped a tad, but I mean, how are you going to complain about back-to-back 6-win seasons? You're not. So he's been great. Cuevas having another good season. He is tired. I got to get Mercer out there. I just changed this. I put Mercer in every 10th game to give Cuevas a break. And I need to hang on just a second. All right. So I have another good year, leading us in home runs and RBIs. Average north of 285. Royce Lewis having another great season. He's already got 15 home runs on the season. He's on pace for another 26 home runs. I really think there is an outside shot for Royce Lewis to make the Hall of Fame if he can continue down this path for another. I mean, if he can put this up for another 3 or 4 years and he ends up with 2,200 hits, 300 home runs out of a middle infielder, I mean, it's got to be a possibility, right? Devin Lammers, he just hits. I mean, his ratings don't look, they look okay, but they don't look, he doesn't look like an elite hitter, but he's putting up really good numbers for us for a second straight season. James Wood having a solid first season with us, 835 OPS. Billy Mercer's having a nice year, 10 home runs. We picked him up from Miami in the offseason. He's doing a solid job. Wyatt Langford is doing all right. He's doing all right. 121 OPS plus I'll take. 804 OPS is fine. Shut the audio off on my other computer. He's been all right. He's been hurt, and now he's wrecked. So my guess is that he doesn't opt out of this contract. We may need to. We'll see. We'll see. What does he want? Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about an extension, which means he's likely to opt in. If I got to eat half this contract to get out of it, I will after this year, but I'm not likely to make any moves this year. Coulibaly, he's given us a war. Once Hanaway came back from injury, I made him the starter, and Coulibaly's actually been a little bit better as of late, still striking out way too much, but we knew that was going to happen. Would like to see a little bit more power out of him. He's so good defensively that even if he can give us 90 OPS plus, he becomes one of the best catchers in the league. Roberts is doing meh. He's doing all right. 89 OPS plus, below average, but he's been really, really good out in center field, so he's helped solidify our outfield defense. Manzardo, slightly below average, which is just bizarre. I don't understand how these offensive ratings give you I don't understand how those offensive ratings could give you a 233 batting average. Maybe it has something to do with the BABIP, but again, I'm not turning that back on, so it is what it is. Sherrill, a little bit below average offensively as a rookie. And then Kellner and Hartman are our two-way guys. Pitching, it's always our pitching. All right, sorry, quick break. My wife is out in the yard doing some yard work, and that includes lawnmower stuff. So I just had to shut the audio off. But anyway, pitching has been, as good as our pitching always is. Yamamoto, Harrison, Staley, and Burgess doing a really nice job. I think you were with me when we signed Burgess to that extension, 7 years, $71 million. And then he also had a talent bump in the meantime. So that's I don't like the fact that he's already fragile, but did get a talent bump here. So that is huge. Staley, we haven't re-signed yet. I'm still kind of on edge. He's been so good, but I'm struggling with I guess his splits aren't that bad. 50, 60, 55, 50, 55, 50. He's only going to get more expensive, right? He's only going to get more expensive. I mean, that's 9 years. That takes him to at least 33. I guess we're trying to determine whether or not he will continue. I think maybe we just hold off to the end of the year, see what his end of the year stats look like, and then try again. It's hard to give a 9-year contract to a pitcher who is a year and a half into things. He's also, his ratings, also his potential just dipped. So I'm not super confident there. Harrison's having another great year for us. He's, his last couple of months, he was not great in April, or I guess March technically, but April, May, and June, he's back to his old self. So he's been great. Yamamoto is going to be a problem because his ARB number next year, I think, is $49 million or something, but we will deal with that. Bullpen, Walker, Black, Cisneros have all been quite good. Back half of our bullpen has not been fantastic, though. So I think the plan for this episode, along with the draft, is to find ourselves a backup middle infielder and then another bullpen piece. Not a lot on the block right now. I mean, there are some great starters, but not a lot in terms of relievers. Like, I would love to pick up Brayan Bello. I mean, maybe that's an off-season move. I don't know. I have so many starters that might not be necessary, or maybe we can bring in Bello and trade somebody. I don't know. Chase Hampton was somebody I was looking at with the Cubs. He's been a starter most of his career, but we could use him in the bullpen pretty easily, I think. I don't know what the Cubs are asking for. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've played, so not asking for a ton. I mean, maybe we can make, and this was the other thing we talked about. Maybe we bring somebody in as a starter and we make Halling a reliever this year. Maybe that's the other option. Hampton's been better than Halling. But if we're going to do that, do we aim a little higher? Do we try to go after, Isaac Coffey's making too much money. Bello is not making a ton. He's making 16. There's no trade clause. Yeah, both he and Luzardo, the two guys that I would really want, both have no trade clauses. So, I would love to bring Luzardo back, but he has no trade clause. So those are the two that I would really like to bring in. I mean, maybe Chase Hampton is that answer. Let's see if we can make this work without giving up a ton here. Yeah, a lot of injuries to some of our talent. Flores is down for 5 to 6 weeks. Harrison's down for 3 to 4. He's actually starting to pitch. He's pitching pretty well in A-ball right now. Still not hitting, but he's pitching pretty well. Ultimately, maybe he just becomes a pitcher. I don't really know. Furness is another one who's about ready to go. Kenki O'Brien. Some of these guys, I'm not comfortable giving up. Andrade. Yeah, I'm not trading any of these players. I mean, we can start with Andrade and see what they say. We'll send him a couple of days. But yeah, I think bullpen arm and backup middle infielder is kind of what we're looking for here as we go through July. So we win 17-4 against Jacob Misiorowski. That's impressive. Knocked him out after 3 2/3. Staley gives us 6 shutout. We get home runs from Langford and Lewis. Manzardo goes 4 for 5. We had 2 players with 4 hits. Lewis drives in 5. That's a good game. That is a good game. And I think the trade, Harrington, Halling, Lammers, I'm not doing any of that. Burnett? Nope. Still not giving away any of those guys. Irwin is the player we picked up in the offseason. He seems to have stagnated a bit. I was hoping maybe we could get some Just some depth help from him. But yeah, AI doesn't seem to be super interested in him. What about Ryudai Henry? And that opens things up a bit. But again, it's all big leaguers. It's like everybody off my big league roster. That doesn't help me. I forgot about Edgar Pronto. I mean, we have relief help in AAA, and he's been really good. So maybe we just try. Yeah, like they're asking for all my big league players or my best prospects, and I don't want to do that. What about infielders? Noah Miller is somebody I was looking at, but Houston has him super overvalued, even though he's hitting 186. And if you look at what they're asking for in return, yeah, they want Burgess or Yamamoto for somebody who's making 1.3 million and is hitting 186. I don't get. That I don't get. They have him super, super, super duper overvalued. Players, hitters, we want someone who can play second and short, who is, let's just say, 60 defensively, and I don't care. He's playing every day. I mean, I don't care how good the bat is, truth be told. You get Jimmy Bailey. He's playing every day too, but maybe this guy, maybe Jonathan Cobble. Interested in trading him? They are not. Okay, well, that's interesting. Excuse me. Who was the other guy? Bailey? Okay, so they see less value in Jimmy Bailey. And I can just give you Lover Piguero. Yep, that's fine. Can I just give you Piguero? No, but I can. 12th round. I can't move him, even though the control isn't great. Mason, I think I'm okay with. Yep, Mason I'm okay with. So we're going to give them Andy Mason and Lover Piguero, who we just had in our AAA system, for Jimmy Bailey, and he will instantly become our backup shortstop / second baseman. Let's go ahead and complete the deal. It gets us our backup middle infielder. Oh, yeah, I signed Ozzy Albies, and then I waived him because he was 4 for 39. His ratings dropped as soon as we brought him in onto the team. So Bailey will back up there. Bailey will back up there every 12th game and every 10th game. Be a pinch hitter as well. Oops, this is against righties. Lammers is in the starting order. What is going on here? Oh, we've got infield sorted. Cheryl, and then against lefties, we go Bailey every 12th game and Bailey every 10th game. Cool. So that gives us a backup middle infielder. Those are some pretty solid defensive ratings there. I like that. And then the next thing we're going to need to take a look for is a reliever, but we'll sim a few more games before we do that. We lose 4-1 with Yamamoto pitching. We lose 4-3, and then we lose 4-0, and then we lose Burgess for 5 weeks. Well, that was a bad series. I guess we go Furnace. I don't know what other options we have. Not a great series. So got a 4-game lead on the Dodgers. Let's get to our next game. Albies we're just going to have to release. He won't accept the demotion. We'll get through the draft, and then we'll find ourselves a pitcher. Yeah, losing Burgess is not great, but we'll persevere, as they say. Harrison goes today. We look to snap a 3-game losing streak. We don't. We've been shut out in back-to-back games. It's now 4 losses in a row, 5 losses in a row. Make it 6 losses in a row. Okay. 1, 2, yeah, 6 losses in a row. Lead is down to 3. Not sure where the problem lies. I mean, pitching staff is still fine. Yeah, I mean, Halling hasn't been great, but everybody else has been fine. So we are going to need to add a pitcher. We are going to need to add a pitcher here. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with pitchers this time. We usually start with hitters. All 18-year-olds. I was hoping maybe there was a 21-year-old in there somewhere. Nope. Whoa. He's not a center fielder. But those are some impressive ratings. What do we got here? Luis Lara, second baseman who can't field. Mike Spitz. He looks okay. Looks all right. Who do they think we should take? It's just curiosity. They think we should take the center fielder who's not a center fielder. I mean, it's hard to pass up that kind of power. You make him a left fielder and just go from there. Yeah, I mean, how can you pass up 85 potential power? I don't think you can. Is there a catcher in there? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we go with Welliver. Just, I mean, 85 potential power. That's really hard to pass up. Only 40 stamina. All right, we're back again, and hopefully we can get through this from here without any further pauses, but no promises. So we're leaning towards Steve Welliver. I don't know. He's 18 years old. He's not developed at all. That power is totally just projectable, and you don't really know. The alternative, as I use my words, is to go with someone like Randy Carey. Not nearly as exciting, but throws 6 pitches, including a knuckle curve. Ground ball guy. Yeah, pretty well developed already. But again, I hate to say I don't need pitching, but we're at a point where, maybe taking a shot in the dark with, like someone like Greg Corder. Like, I wouldn't mind if he's there in the second round coming back. We don't have do we have a comp pick? We do. Okay. So we might be able to get both. So let's take the shot in the dark here with our first round pick. We'll take Welliver. One of those pitchers will be there with our next pick. So we'll take Welliver with our first pick. And let's see what's there with our second. So Corder is still there, which is fine. The other guy looks like he was taken. So I think Corder with our second pick. High work ethic ground ball guy with 5 potentially good pitches. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Still a lot of talent here, though. But I think we go with a little bit more. I don't want to say sure thing, but that low ceiling, high floor kind of pick. Greg Corder will be our. Well, let me check one other thing. Make sure he's not a sidearmer. He's not. He's a ground ball guy over the top. Only 5'11", but yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Greg Corder. All right, now who do they want us to take? Mike McCoy. Yeah, he was somebody I looked at initially, right, when I was going through this list just a second ago, looking at the batters. A catcher with a ton of power, and he's good enough defensively. What are we doing here? I want to look at this. This is how I wanted to look at it. Yeah, I think that's not a bad pick, actually. Yeah, that's not a bad pick. Mike McCoy. We'll go with our scout in that instance. Now they want us to take Mike Davis. It's not a shortstop, so I'm not going to take Mike Davis. Zink has got the little work ethic. good range, bad arm or bad error, good arm. And he looks okay as an outfielder. What do we got left for pitchers? Still got any starters left? Oh yeah, we got a couple. Should probably make sure we grab at least one of these guys. Ooh. Yep. Phil Hyde with a nickname of Stupendous. He's an extreme fly ball guy, but yeah, he's not impossible to sign. That's nuts. 80, 50, 55. Yep. Phil Hyde. I mean, we'll take him for sure. He's impossible. Ginsburg is not impossible. He looks all right. Stamina is only a 45, though. And you got John Pippo. 60, 50, 55. Yeah, we can take a shot at Pippo. John Pippo. He wants a lot of money. And we have enough to spare, so that's okay. Offensively, Zink is still there. I think we take Zink now. Got my iced coffee. It's that time of year. Eric Piercy. This literally is the town I lived in when I was a kid. This is insane. I've never seen. I gotta take him. I've never seen anybody show up from Newmarket, New Hampshire, and I'm gonna take him because I've never seen that before. Who was it? It was Piercy, right? Yep, never seen that. The Newmarket Mules representing. We'll take him. Let's look at our fielding. What do we got for catchers? Oof, 25 framing. That ain't going to get it done. Critch. Yeah, not a great arm, but good blocking, good framing. Yep. Always got to make sure you grab one of those catchers. You never know when you're going to need somebody to call up and just fill in. Ben Roper, high work ethic, good defensively. Below average bat, but I think that's all right. What do we got here? Noel Spinney. Yep, really good defensively as well. 23 years old. Well, given that he's 23 and he's this undeveloped, I don't think anything's ever going to come of that, so I think we pass, actually. Tommy Hull. Yeah, 18 years old. Still a ways to go, but good defensively. I'm good with that. Excuse me, got something stuck in my throat here. Let's go to individual pitch potential. Let's see what we got for pitchers. Wow. Estimated is impossible. All right, we got any knuckleballers? We do. He's a reliever. Shoot. A reliever knuckleball pitcher. You don't see a lot of those. Mike Groh. He looks pretty good. 40 overall, but those are decent ratings. Yeah, I'm good with that. Circle change. Forkball. Cutter. I don't like the control. I mean, 3 potentially elite pitches and 70 stuff. We can take a shot at this point. Doesn't cost us anything. What do we got here? He's a reliever with 4+ pitches. Splitter. Eric Swank. You take a shot at him as well. As I find this just to be the best time to take a kind of shot in the dark at some of these, maybe type guys. Like, it's a 30 potential, but 60, 40, 45 with 3+ pitches. He's got high work ethic. Yeah, I mean, maybe he develops, maybe he doesn't. But if he does, you get yourself a really, if he gets the TCR bump, you get yourself a really good pitcher for nothing. Cartacones. I think we can take. He's a 35 stamina. He's not a starter. Andy Allen, no. Josa, No, he looks all right, but no. John Michael Schmidt. Isn't there a song about him? Those of you who are old probably know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are young probably don't. Chris Arnold? Yeah, okay. That'll work. Change up. Let's go. Next pick. Kelly, no. Andy Allen, I've already looked at a lot of these guys. Anybody with an 80 fastball? Extreme fly ball. I'll take Newton Muse. I don't normally take relievers, but he looks okay. I think we'll let the AI go ahead and finish the draft. Let's go ahead and negotiate now. How much money do we have? Oh, we only have 10 million. Okay. So we got to be careful. Make sure we sign the guys who are asking for more than slot first. Just to make sure there's enough money lying over for the guys who are asking for slot. We should be okay here. These two guys are both just asking for slot, so we should be fine. All right. So Steve Welliver, who knows? And we'll make him a left fielder as soon as we sign him. But that power was just, it's like when you see those 18-year-old starting pitchers who are, 75s across the board. It's like, it's probably not a good idea, but you just can't help yourself. So we went with Welliver with our first pick. And then we went high floor with Greg Corder out of Clemson. Like what I see out of him. Mike McCoy, again, another guy who's probably a ways off, but decent defensively. Great bat for a catcher. And then we went with a couple of pitchers. Phil Hyde with this is our 4th round pick, because we didn't have a 3rd round pick this year. Again, a development type player, but that's insane if that's what he can end up as. Pippo, again, we went high ceiling or high floor this time. So we go, lottery ticket, high floor, lottery ticket, high floor. And then Dan Zink is another high ceiling kind of guy if he can develop. Piercy I drafted just because of where he's from. Then Tommy Hull was our 10th round pick, really good defensively. So overall, I'm not terribly displeased with our draft. We should probably go through here and move some players around, make sure that we've got anybody we want to call up. All right, so let's start there. Barrera, AA is raking. He's hitting really well, but I may as well call him up to AAA. We're not playing him next year. So DeAndre, he signed him as a minor league free agent. I'm like, where'd this guy come from? Carney is, he's having a good year. Maybe there's something there as a backup infielder down the road. Not sure. How's Mike Furr doing? Not well, but we got to leave him. He had spent 3 years in A-ball. Got to let him figure it out. Pastrana's the guy we picked up in the offseason. I don't know why he's in A-ball. We will disable, however, and put him back in AAA. Kenki O'Brien. Yeah, trade piece maybe at this point. Jamie Hudson, one of our catchers. Rivas was in. Oh, he was in the DSL. Okay, he doesn't belong in A-ball. He's going to get absolutely shelled there. So let's move him to A-ball. And he's probably going to get shelled in A-ball too, but we'll leave him there for now. Ciordia is not hitting yet. Yeah, these are a lot of all-glove, no-bat type guys. Brzezinski, 23-year-old. We drafted him last year. Yeah, transaction. We will disable there. Anybody we want to call up from A-ball to high A. Padilla's not really hitting, so we'll let him stay there. Fennel's been really good. We can call him up. Joe Austin, we'll leave him. Santillan, I think we can call him up at this point. Henry, starting to finally hit a little bit. I think maybe we give him a call up, see how he does. Rivas we just looked at. Ringhofer, trade piece at this point probably. Struck. We drafted him last season. Coming along. Dave Cook, we'll call him up. I don't know why I have him. I don't know why I have his AI demotion promotion disabled, but it's fine. Chris White, we drafted him in 2030 in the 13th round. This is his 4th season in rookie ball. I don't know why I have his promotion disabled, but we'll call him up anyway. Hartman was our first round pick a year ago, and he's not really hitting yet, but we'll hope that he can eventually. Amarillo has doubled his batting average from last season, but still really bad. Bernard, leave him where he is. Brunette, trade piece probably. Khart, he's not hitting yet. Yeah, nobody else I really need to call up. All right, so I think who's been our worst pitcher this year? Really, Trey Rangel. Interesting. That was unexpected. Can I send Rangel down? I can. So we'll send Rangel down, and we will call up Pronto, and that will. Does he have? That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Yeah, I mean he's got some. Not crazy splits. I mean nothing that's terrible. But I will put him in as a specialist and middle relief. So we have our middle infielder sorted here in Jimmy Bailey. We're going to sim a couple of days, see if we can snap this 6-game losing streak. We got Yamamoto going today. We don't. We lose 7 in a row. There we go. We finally win one, 7-6 in extras. We were down 6-3. Langford's got his average up to 285, so he's raking in June. Furness goes 4, Hartman, Black, Little, Pronto, Walker, Roberts, Lewis, Langford, all homer. I think let's get through Colorado and then see about potentially improving the team. All right, back-to-back wins. That's nice. Cuevas, 4 hits, including his... Oh, I already guess he already had his 20th. Manzardo, Langford, Hanaway, Mercer. 4 hits for Cuevas, 3 for Mercer. Not a great start for Harrison, but good enough, I guess. Birdsong now against Halling. And that's 3 straight wins. All right, so seems to have righted the ship here a little bit. Manzardo with his 13th home run, his 18th double, drives in 3. Williams and Langford each have 2 hits. Halling goes 4. Cisneros gives up a run. Black gets the save. Walker gets the save. Black gets the win. Pronto has pitched 3 games. He gave up 2 runs in a third of an inning. Okay, well, it's a start, I suppose. Another game against Colorado is another win, so that's 4 in a row now. 3 hits from Mercer. Staley with a nice outing. Adone pitches good, or well, I guess, in using proper English. And then Walker with another save. Did you see Walker's ERA? It's .68. He's given up 3 earned runs in 40 innings this season. All right, final game of the series against Colorado. And it's another win. So we lost 6 in a row, and I think now we've won 5 in a row. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Royce. 7 shutout for Yamamoto. He gets the win. Pronto comes in, throws a third of an inning, gets the save. All right, well, he's settled into it a bit. All right, we got Las Vegas now. 5-game lead on the Dodgers. Pitching, I think, is going to be... I'd love to add a starter because I don't think Furness is ready. I don't know that he's ever going to be... Let's let this thing finish saving first. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's okay. Doesn't throw hard. Has trade block changed at all? Yeah, this guy's on here. This guy's insane. They have him listed as a pitcher. He's never thrown more than 24 innings in a year. Back-to-back 50 home run seasons. He's had 4 straight of at least 30. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, he's good defensively. His personality's awful. Bubba Chandler, he's pitching okay. That's an option. I really want Hunter Green. Like, he's the one I want. And I just can't get Milwaukee to give him to me. What if we start with Furness? What if I give you Furness and Andrade? What if I give you Furness, Andrade, and Brunette? No. Let's try it this way. Furness and second baseman. Let's do it this way. What if I do Furness and Kenki O'Brien and I say I want a starter? Does that get me anything better than what we're throwing out there? Doesn't appear to be. We can get a prospect, but nothing. Meh. Well, that's too bad. Trading block. All right. So we know we can't get Hunter Green, and that's disappointing, but that's fine. We'll make do. What about Bubber? That's the New England in me coming out. Bubba Chandler. Furness. Andrade. No, actually makes it worse. Brunette. Brunette doesn't make it worse. What about Henry? Nope. I think I got to pause one more time, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and this will be the last pause. I apologize for that. I've been gone all weekend. So it's Monday morning. We had opening day weekend this past weekend, so I was gone pretty much all weekend long. So I've got a lot of stuff I'm trying to handle around the house before I go on the road tomorrow. We go up to Oconomowoc, Wisconsin tomorrow to take on the Lake Country Dockhounds for 3 games. So I got a little bit of time here today and sort of changed my strategy a bit. I'm not having any luck at all. I thought, all right, well, if I can't trade for somebody who's on an expiring contract or something like that, maybe I can just find a better pitcher and maybe we make a bit larger deal. And even that isn't working. Like I was going after just this 60 overall rated 24-year-old lefty, and I could give them my 5 best prospects and they're not interested. So there may just not be a lot of options. I mean, is Joe Martin somebody that, yeah, like I'll throw Padilla on there and they'll go, nope, not a chance. So maybe we don't look at ratings. I'm trying maybe to pick up a younger guy, like a younger starter. Estrada looks like a beast. Wow. Yeah, that's not what I want. I wanted potential. That's individual pitch potential. I've been looking at the wrong category like the entire time. Let's get rid of the international complex. I don't want 16-year-olds. Filter, customize. Choose. Age is between 21 and 28. I think it's probably good. That's better. All right. So what do we got for 55 overalls? We got Randy Carey, who's not developed yet. I would imagine most of these 21, 22-year-olds won't be fully developed. We've got Sincere Sheed, nickname of Hoot. I like him. He's got a knuckle curve that looks kind of cool. Jamie Johnson, ground ball guy. Could we get Jamie Johnson? So we'll take Burgess or Cuevas, which obviously I'm not going to do, but 55, 55, 50. 55, 55, 55. Yeah, I mean, they're not that much different, really. Furnace doesn't throw quite as hard. What about the other guy? What about Sincere Sheed? Is that his name? Where is he? Right there. Okay, so the AI actually likes him more. Yeah, it's an insult. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna be able to do anything here. He's out for 10 months. He's out for 6 months. Glasgow, we traded to them. He looks pretty damn good all of a sudden. I mean, he's got a pretty nasty. Well, I guess the split isn't terrible. I knew the name was familiar. Jeff Graham, he's not quite there yet. He's only 21. What about if we try to bring back Glasgow? What do you want for him? Burgess. I don't know that this is going to happen. We may just sort of have to hold on here and see. I mean, because I like the idea of bringing in. Let's clear the filter. I like the idea of bringing in someone like Bubba Chandler, but not at what they're asking for. I mean, what's made us so successful is we've been able to hang on to most of our best prospects, right? I don't really want to give up Furnace for a rental. Give up Kenki O'Brien and Andre. And Burnett. I'd give up these three. Yeah, it's the asks are too much. So it is what it is. So we'll sim here. I mean, we've bounced back here a little bit this month. We're up to 6 and 7. We had lost 6 in a row or whatever. We've now won 5 straight. So we got Las Vegas now. Okay, Furnace picks up a win. So maybe it's just a matter of being patient with our guys. I mean, Kellner's got his ERA sub 4 now. Yeah, it's weird. Negative WAR, but above average ERA plus. So he's been all right. Furnace gives us 6 shutouts, so maybe we just stick with the young guys and let them kind of figure it out. We'll get maybe the 28th or 29th or something and see if there's a trade in there we can make. But that's back-to-back shutouts, 7-0 and then 16-0. Manzardo 2 for 4, 4 RBIs. Lammers and Wood both homer. Wood drives in 5. Everybody had at least one hit. We had 7 players drive in runs, and Kyle Harrison gives us 8 1/3 shutout. Final game against Las Vegas, a 4-2 win. Cuevas 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He homers twice. Halling pitches well. Yeah, Pronto is that's 4 straight scoreless innings. Granted, 2 of them have been a third of an inning, but maybe he was that reliever, sinker slider. He's all right. Day off. I think we get through the Los Angeles series because they're in second place, and it'll give us an idea of where we stand once we're through that. Lose 6-4. Win 9-4. So Manzardo suspended for 3 games. 3 hits, 2 RBIs for Wood. Lewis and Langford both homer. Yamamoto gives us 6 2/3. Final game against Austin. We win 2 out of 3 there. So, yeah, it's been a nice bounce back, right? We had a rough first week and a half of the month, but it's been a pretty solid second half. Hanaway only hitting 220, but he has been out for a while, so I'm hoping this is just him kind of getting comfortable in the game again. Lewis, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Cuevas and Mercer each driving a pair. Furnace doesn't pitch well in this start, but the bullpen picks him up. Now we got a tough one against the Dodgers. We win 4-3 and 10. That's huge. Lammers 2 for 4, 3 runs knocked in. Harrison gives us. He's not hurt, is he? Okay. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Let's see how it goes. Oof, day to day. All right. Day to day for 3 days. Okay, I can breathe. Final game of the series. All right, so we lose 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers. We got a 6-game lead. Yeah, I mean, offensively we're fine. We don't need to make any changes offensively. Our pitching staff, I mean, I would love to bring in another starter, but Contreras, is Milwaukee just looking to get rid of him? I mean, that's not bad. I don't want to give up Holling, though, because he's still cheap for a couple of years. I'm not giving up any of those players for him. So can we start? I don't want to give up Rangel. I don't want to give up on Rangel. High work ethic, 65 potential stuff. I don't want to give up on him just yet. For sure. I mean, I could get out from underneath the contract today for nothing if I really wanted to. I'm not crazy about that idea just yet. What about Henry? Black. I mean, Black's contract is up. That doesn't really, I mean, that helps. You know, I mean, we're probably not bringing him back. Yeah, I mean, maybe we offer him Arb and see if we can get a comp pick for him, but well, Pacheco actually makes it worse. What about Thorpe? I can't give up any of these players. I mean, I guess I could give up Black. And then we move. That's not a bad idea. Get Efrain Contreras. And then move one of our starters into the bullpen. Can we do this, though, without giving up? We got to give up Kenke. Can we not give up Henry? Okay, we cannot give up Henry. Can we not give up Andrade? Okay, so we can do Kenke, O'Brien, and Mason Black straight up for Efrain Contreras. I think this makes us a better team. So we'll go ahead and we'll make that deal because we weren't going to re-sign Black. Contreras can come in. Furnace can go to the bullpen. Contreras can go into the rotation, even though he's got back stiffness. I'm not worried about it. We'll ride him into the dirt. Furnace, make him a reliever. He doesn't really get better as a reliever. He actually stays the same. What about here? He gets a little bit better as a reliever. Let's do that. No, I want to stick with Holling. We'll make Furnace a long reliever. And then am I thinking about this? Do we send him to a division rival for a pitcher whose contract expires at the end of this season? I mean, it's been fine defensively. He's wrecked. If we make a deal like this, that means Lammers and Sherrill are playing every day. So they have somebody I can slot in. Worst offer you've ever received? Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just thought I would throw the name in there and see what we see. Cunha, 30-30-30. Vetoing. I'm just afraid that if we don't make this deal, his ratings are going to plummet. I think they've already started to drop. Yeah. The overall potential's already started to drop. The contact has already dipped. His defense has started to dip. We could pick up Aurelvis Martinez and stick him in left field. It's not great, but left field, you don't really need anybody of real note out there. Can we get this done without giving up another player off of our roster? What do we got? Hanaway, no. Lammers, Mercer. Because Mercer can also play. Well, he can't really play the outfield. He has the 35 range. I don't want to just keep throwing prospects at it. I would rather. I can't trade him right now. It doesn't make any sense. If I have to eat part of the contract in the offseason, I'll do it. But it doesn't make any sense at all right now to trade Wyatt Langford. It just makes none. That's a video game move, not a real life move. So we're just gonna hold off. All right. So we have Efrain Contreras in our rotation now. Let's sim. There's another loss. And another loss. And a 4-3 victory. Langford has 3 hits, including a home run. Harrison, hamstring soreness. He's out again. Come on, man. Harrison, in a week, our pitching staff will be full. So we'll be able to move Halling to the bullpen. We'll have Burgess back in the rotation with Contreras and Harrison. Has he pitched yet? No. He'll be back sooner or rather than later. So I got a 5-game lead. Let's go ahead and sim the final game of July. And we win 5-2. Mets wanted to send us Andre Palante for an okay minor leaguer. Langford 3 hits, Mercer 2 hits and an RBI, Hanaway 2 hits and an RBI, hits his 5th home run. Halling goes 5 2/3. Yeah, Pronto has done a really nice job. 8 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts. I'll take it. Only 3 hits. Walker with the save. Yeah. All right, let's finish the month. So we pick up our backup middle infielder and we improve our pitching staff. That's pretty much it. Langford's going to be an issue in the offseason. I think we will see if we can trade him straight up for maybe a contract that's not as long, for a player that's maybe not as good, or alternatively, eat some of the contract and try to make a deal that way. So Yamamoto loses some of his stamina. It's all right. Staley loses some of his control, which we knew. That's why his ratings dropped to a 60. Koulibaly, still great defensively, but the power's dipped from a 60 overall, 60 potential to a 55 potential. James Wood, contact is dipped a little bit. What's a 3-year deal? 2-year deal with an opt-out. I mean, if he plays like this year and next year, he'll opt out. If he can give us close to an 800 OPS, he'll opt out. And I have no problem with the numbers he's given us. Cobb is getting better, not pitching particularly well, but getting better. Andy Anderson, 18th round pick in 2029. Looks all right. Willier, 7th round pick in 2031. Really good defensively. He's destroying AA. Let's move him to AAA. And yeah, he is. That's what he is. But that's a great defensive second baseman. The arm won't allow him to play third. That's a great defensive second baseman. Ringhofer gets better, but he's sort of stuck where he is. Same thing with Jamie Hudson. He's so underdeveloped for a 23-year-old. I don't know that he ever makes it. Santian, we called him up. How's he doing in single A ball? Really well. Really, really well. Looking forward to seeing what he turns into. If we can maybe we'll work on his defense in the offseason. Because if he can have these types of ratings as a bat and he can be, 60, if he can be 5 higher with all of these, he'll be a really good second baseman as well. Rivas, not hitting, probably doesn't belong in A ball yet. He could be really good too. Alexis Flores gets better. That's nice. He's out for another week. When he comes back, we'll probably call him up. In fact, can I do it now? Yeah, I can. How are our new folks doing? Welver, who's our top pick, it's 4 for 45. Does have 2 home runs, but he's 4 for 45. McCoy, 9 for 30. All right, well, he's hitting. He's come out hitting. He's come out swinging. Hippo, 4 starts, only 13 innings, but that's fine. You want to go easy on him. Phil Hyde, 17 Ks in 12 innings, a 382 BABIP. He could be a monster, man. And then Corder was our other one, right? Yeah, he probably belongs here. All right. So offensively, Williams and Cuevas carrying us. Royce Lewis up to 4 WAR. Lammers, Langford, Wood, all between 2 and 3. Mercer's only at 1.4 because he's been playing primarily at first base. A little bit of time at third as well, but I'll take it. League minimum, he's going to give us 15 to 20 home runs, close to 100 RBIs. I'd like him more as a utility guy, I think. If we can use him next year all over the diamond rather than as our starting first baseman. Roberts giving us some power. He's got 11 home runs. The OPS plus is right there. It's 96. And he's been fantastic in the outfield. How's Bailey done? Only 3 for 26 so far. Yeah, he's not playing much, but have him out there as backup infielder's fine. Koulibaly's not hitting. Sherrill's not really hitting, but I think he'll be fine. 60 contact, 60 gap, 60 avoid K tells me he should be fine. Manzardo's not hitting. This might be a one and done thing, depending on how he finishes the season. But those ratings, I just don't understand it. Hanaway, not really hitting. A SARA of 3.8, though, so I'm not really worried about that. And Koulibaly has a SARA of 3.12, so our catching situation is fine. Pitching, Yamamoto and Harrison, our 2 top guys. Staley having a nice season. We're going to run with, I think once we get Burgess back, we're going to run Harrison, Yamamoto, Burgess, Staley, Contreras. And then we'll move Halling to the bullpen as well. And I think we sent Furness down to AAA until roster expansion, and then we'll call him back up. We called up Edgar Pronto, using him primarily as a situational guy, but So far, so good. So far, so good. Our bullpen continues to be awesome. And that's, I think, about it. Yeah, it's August 1st. We looked at development already. No, what else? How did because we called up some guys last month. How are they doing? So Fennel, yeah, it's time for him to go to Double A. I don't want to offer you an extension. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to move you to Double A. Let you finish the season there. Mike Furr, not great. Not great so far. We'll let him finish the season in high A ball. Santillan, we already looked at. How's Henry doing in A ball? Wow. Okay, so we called him up and he's hitting. That's not bad. We'll let him finish the season there. But if he can develop into that, that's a decent third baseman. Rezazowski. Looks like, what did we get from him? Some drop in potential, yeah. Padilla at 217. We'll let him stay in A-ball. Harrington, yeah, 2.18 ERA for Harrington. Let's try the same thing with Harrington that we tried with Henry and just call him up and say, go figure it out, and maybe he'll start to hit. Because, again, really good defensively. He's got the contact. He's got the batting eye. It's not what it was when we drafted him, of course. But, I mean, that's a good shortstop. It's a good shortstop and somebody who can pitch as well. Maybe not elite at both like we thought coming out of the draft, but still pretty darn good. Austin, let him get his finish there. Rivas, we've talked about already. Yeah, so a lot of prospects in our minor league system. Dave Dobbs is somebody that's interesting. He's only a 40 overall. I was looking at him during one of my breaks, but 5 pitches that are already rated 50 or plus. All of them have the potential, except for the changeup, to be 60 or higher. And if he ends up 60, 50, 45 with 6+ pitches, I mean, that's a really good pitcher. So I locked down his AI promotion, and we'll just sort of keep an eye on it. So that's going to do it for this episode. Finally, I had to do a bit of juggling to get through it all, but we're through it. So I'm going to go ahead and sim, probably end of the season, unless we are in a pennant race over the last couple of weeks, and we'll try to complete this three-peat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching. As always, I appreciate the support, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.